In Bethany, a small village near Jerusalem, a family was in crisis. Lazarus, the beloved brother of Mary and Martha, was gravely ill. Desperate for hope, they sent word to Jesus, "Lord, the one you love is sick." But Jesus didn't rush. Instead, he said, "This sickness will not end in death, but for God's glory." 2 long days passed. The disciples wondered why Jesus waited. Why wouldn't he go immediately to heal his friend? But Jesus knew a greater miracle was unfolding, one that would reveal the glory of Guigang in a way no one expected. Then suddenly he turned to them and said, "Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going to wake him up." The disciples exchanged puzzled looks. To them, sleep meant rest and recovery. But Jesus wasn't speaking of rest. He was speaking of death. What they didn't understand yet was this: the power of death itself was about to be shattered, and a whisper of resurrection hope was about to echo across history. By the time Jesus arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had been dead 4 days. The air was heavy with grief. Friends and neighbors wept with Mary and Martha, their hearts broken and questions unanswered. Why didn't Jesus come sooner? The sound of wailing filled the streets, sorrow clinging to every corner of the village. Hope felt buried with Lazarus, as if even faith had reached its end. When Jesus saw Mary weeping, he was deeply moved. The shortest verse in the Bible says it all. Jesus wept. The Son of God, standing before death and sorrow, felt the pain of humanity in his heart. Then Jesus prayed to the Father and cried out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" The crowd held its breath, and then it happened. The impossible became reality. A divine authority filled the air, breaking through the silence of death itself. Even the grave had no choice but to obey the voice of the Son of God. Slowly, Lazarus emerged, wrapped in grave clothes, but alive. The crowd gasped, tears of sorrow turned to joy, and many believed in Jesus that day. This miracle was more than a rescue, it was a sign. Jesus holds the keys to life and death, and with him, even the grave must surrender. In that moment, fear was silenced, and hope was reborn in every heart. The power of resurrection stood before them, proving that nothing is impossible for the one who is life himself.